Hello and welcome to the second video. We're going to be talking about tabs. Tab is a little bit confusing to some people for whatever reason, but we're going to make it so easy for you to follow it. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that you can see the screen. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, that would be good. And the most important part of using tab is to make sure that in the view that the ruler is checked. If it's unchecked, please make sure that the checkbox for the ruler is checked, and therefore you're going to be able to see the ruler because the ruler is going to be very helpful when we do the tabs. I'm going to do two different type of tabs as an example. The first one, I'm going to really list 8 chapters, and along with the chapters we're going to really identify which page for each chapter. Also, we're going to be putting some dotted lines or solid lines in order to make it easier on the people to identify which chapter belongs to which page. So let's go ahead and do it. And this is my ruler. As you notice, it's divided into really a margin of 1 inch on both sides of the page. So what's left for me is 6.5 inch. And this is the area that's going to show me the tab. I'm going to have 5 of those, and I'll identify each one of them when we get to it. So let's go ahead and start by typing, first of all, chapter. But before we do this, I need to really emphasize another point that I forgot to mention. I need to make sure that the show and hide is being pressed, because that's a very major feature in order to show me those non-printable characters such as the tab. When I hit the tab, I need to really make sure that I did hit it, and it shows as a little bit of an arrow. So again, we're going to go ahead and start chapter 1. Let's go ahead and say this and hit the tab. Notice that the tab has shown as an arrow, and I'm going to go ahead and hit page, let's say 10. I'm hitting enter. Notice that the show and hide paragraph character is showing me that I did hit the enter. And I'm going to go ahead and say chapter 02, hit the tab. Let's go ahead and say page 930. I'm exaggerating with the number just to get the point across. And here we go. We're going to say here page, let's say 1000, let's say 10,000. Notice that there is a single tab regardless of the number of the line, which is really a tab in the middle here. I'm going to go ahead and select everything I have, and I'm going to choose different type of tabs. First of all, we have to know that we have 5 tabs. The right tab, the decimal tab is going to be very handy when we have a decimal point. We have the bar tab, something that would be useful to go ahead and have a vertical line across a list. And then we're going to go ahead and do the center tab. It center the text, and also we have the right tab. So which one of those tabs would be appropriate for our example? Let's try the left tab and see how it's going to look like. I'm going to go ahead and choose the left tab, and I'm going to go ahead and click that. Since I already built the tab in the text, I'm going to click on, let's say, at the end of that 6.5. Notice it did actually push it to the next line. That's absolutely not what I want. So therefore, I really need to look at the different type of tab. If the left tab pushed it to the next line, obviously the right tab is going to work. So first of all, I need to get rid of the left tab by clicking on it and remove it. You know, this is the easiest way to click on it and remove it. And I'm going to change my tab to the right tab, and I'm going to click it here, and notice no matter what is the value, no matter how big it become, obviously it's going to give it to in the same line because it's going to be a right tab. So the right tab is going to give it at this point. Of course, we could go ahead and delete a few of those. I wanted to select everything one more time, and I'm going to build the leader. The leader is the dotted line between the chapter and the page. Of course, those are under the paragraph. There is a shortcut. I will show you that later. If you look at the dialog box for the paragraph, I'm going to go ahead and see the tab at the bottom. And of course, I have at 6.38 inch. I'm going to click on the leader, and here we go. And I wanted the dotted leader, and we got that. So we're going to go ahead and remove this. Here we go. We got our tab. All right. If I hit enter, of course, the tab is going to follow me. Listen, you see here the tab is going to follow me. So I'm going to actually remove it because I'm going to go ahead and start another example using the decimal tab. And I'm going to go ahead and put actually 3 equal sign just to separate that from the next example. I'm going to go ahead and start by writing my text. I'm going to say the name of the person, let's say John, and I'm going to hit tab. And John is the CEO, and another tab in the same line, and he makes, let's say, 98,765.09 cents. Don't forget about the 09 cents. Then we have Susie, and she is the CFO, and she makes, let's say, 890,765 and 99 cents. And then we have, let's say, Al, and he is the marketing director. I'm going to change the text here, director, and he makes misspelled, no big deal. Click the right button, and here we go. We're going to go ahead and say the $799 point, this one here, and here we go. So now we have 2 tabs, regardless of the number of the entries. I'm going to select those, and I'm going to think about what is the first tab need to look like. How about if I could go ahead and center the text around, make it like a center tab, center the text around it. It's the title of or the position of the person. So I'm going to go ahead and choose that here, the center tab. I'm going to make it at 3 inch. Here we go. Click on it. Notice how the title of the position is really centered. Then I'm going to go ahead and change the tab to a decimal tab. Notice it's decimal tab, and I'm going to put it at 6 inch. And notice that the decimal tab is really aligned regardless of the salary of the individual. For example, if I added, for whatever reason, another digit, multiple digit to L, there is no way you could really see that the decimal point is not aligned anymore, because that's really what the decimal tab, no matter how many digits you add, of course, is going to really keep it aligned for you. And that's the beauty of it. Of course, we could go ahead and select this in order to get the leader. And as I promised you earlier, we're going to go ahead and get the shortcut. Instead of going to the paragraph, clicking in the tab in order to get to that, so I'm going to go ahead and click on any of the tabs quickly 2 times. It's going to present me now with the same screen. I'm going to click on, because I have multiple tabs, I'm going to click on the first one, then click on this one here and set. And I'm going to click on the 6, and it choose the dash. If you want, you could choose the solid line. And now, because this is the last tab, just say OK. And notice we have everything we need. And as a result, you notice that I have tabs, 2 tabs actually for each line. And notice it's going to really much easier to read between the position and the person, the person, the position, and the salary. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. We're going to go ahead and do another video in a second, and that's going to be about tables. See you later.